good morning. You're watching Screen Sport, a member of the European Sports Network, where it's tip-off time.
In Game 1 of the NBA Finals, things started out well enough for the Portland Trail Blazers. But then Michael Jordan started doing what he does best.
I just got hot. I got in the zone. And, no one expected it, but I saw the opportunity and the chance early, and I just kept shooting them.
This is Chicago Stadium, the venue for Game 2 of this year's Best-of-7 series in the NBA between the Portland Trail Blazers and the Chicago Bulls. If you were with us 48 hours ago, you'd have seen the Bulls destroy the Blazers in Game 1. This is Nick Halling along with Alton Bird taking you through the action. And Alton, the big question, of course, can the Blazers bounce back?
They'll have to tonight. They played an exceptional Chicago Bulls team 48 hours ago, and in my mind, for the Trail Blazers to be successful, they obviously have to contain Michael Jordan as well as Scottie Pippen. The Bulls played a perfect game.
And Michael Jordan was the man who led the way. Really, the game was over at half-time effectively. By that time, Michael Jordan had scored 35 points. He'd hit 6 three-pointers as well. And it really finished pretty much in a stroll for the Chicago Bulls. I think the final margin of victory for them was 33 points. And they really had wrapped it up about midway through the third quarter. And if we take a look at the stats from Game 1, Alton, I think they confirm that Chicago's 33-point dominance was fully deserved.
Well, it certainly was. They were comprehensively beaten, the Trail Blazers were. And Chicago shooting 55% from the floor at home, 7 for 15 from three-point range, outscoring the Blazers 21-3. Usually it's the other way around with the Blazers, out-rebounding the Portland Trail Blazers, who are the best rebounding team in the NBA. And naturally, the 21 turnovers turned into 34 points for the Chicago Bulls. You just can't give the Bulls that many points on turnovers and turn Michael Jordan loose.
Well, those are the kind of numbers we've come to expect from the defending champions over the last year or two. Those are not the sort of numbers we have associated with the Portland Trail Blazers, and they're going to have to turn this thing around soon, aren't they?
Well, certainly tonight, I think they realize what they have to do. Every team has a bad game, and Portland had a stinker in Game 1. They are going to have to challenge Michael Jordan more than they did the other night, contain Scottie Pippen better than they did, and just do an overall better job of getting Clyde Drexler and the other players into the flow of the game.
Well, they didn't stop Michael Jordan at all in Game 1. 6 three-pointers in the first half. Let's take another look at them.
Well, if you have a look at how Michael gets his three-pointers, all in the flow of the offense, no challenge from the Portland Trail Blazers on most of these three-pointers. His first one was not challenged. There, Pippen penetrates. Michael Jordan all by himself for a three-pointer. That was basket number 2. Now in the transition setup, Pippen, again, penetration, no challenge to Michael Jordan, easy three-pointer. Every shot he took was unchallenged. Have a look. Armstrong penetrates. Kicks it out to Michael. Danny Ainge, no hand up. Easy basket for Michael Jordan. The secret is you got to challenge Michael, and you can't leave it too late. Again, too late with the challenge, no hand up. Michael drains his fourth. Then Pippen, in a transition game, gets by them. Michael follows as a good teammate should. If he wasn't there, Horace Grant was. But have a look at this. Kersey just misses the block, but there's Michael to do the cleanup job with his blue collar on. Dunks it through. Now you've got the 6th and final three-pointer. Robinson gets out there, but it's too little, too late. Michael says, hey, you know, what more can I do? It's hocus pocus, you know, three-pointers all the way around, folks.
And the key to Michael Jordan's greatness, perhaps, is he makes it look so easy, doesn't he? We talked about the importance of the comparison between Jordan and Clyde the Glide Drexler. This, we reckon, could have been one of the keys to determine the winners of this contest over the 7 games. No comparison who won, or no problem at all saying that Michael Jordan won the first round with style.
He did indeed. 6 for 10 from three-point range, 11 assists for Michael. Distributed the ball very well, even when the Trailblazers stepped up and forced him to do something different. Drexler had to be preoccupied with Michael Jordan once he started making threes and going to the basket. Couldn't have got his offensive game flowing. Anytime you guard a Michael Jordan, you have to contain him, hope for the best on the jump shot. And I tell you, in game 1, Michael was hitting them as though they were layups. So Clyde has to do a better job of forcing Michael to do something different. And hopefully Rick Adelman will throw some different things at Michael as well.
All right, let's have a look at what the Blazers have got to do differently in game 2, because they were comprehensively wiped out in game 1. What's going to be different this time around?
Well, first and foremost, Clyde Drexler has to get into the flow of the game offensively and force Michael Jordan to play some defense this time. He was no match for Michael in game 1. Then you've got to contain that Kersey-Pippen matchup, which was a key matchup, we said, throughout the series. Pippen won the first round over Kersey hands down. 24 points, 9 rebounds, 10 assists. Then the rebounding. Portland was the best rebounding team in the NBA this year. They got comprehensively beaten in game 1. Those are the things that the Portland Trailblazers are going to have to do to stay in this ball game and also in the series.
And they're going to have to get a consistent game out of Terry Porter as well.